Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today we're going to do what should be a simple sandwich, but this is the Galley of the Sun, so we're going to jazz it up a lot. So, BLTs. Oh God, they're delicious. Who doesn't love one? Well, what can you do to make it better? Well, you can throw an avocado on it. A BLAT, right? And that's pretty good. Greg doesn't like avocados, so we're not going to do that. But we have another solution. How about some BRLTs? What's the R? The R, my friends, is ribeye. Now, this can be done either with thinly cut ribeye steaks, or this is a few days after Christmas, so we have some leftover prime rib, which I've sliced about an 1/8 inch thick. That's what we're going to use. We can't just go simply with a slice of cheese, a piece of lettuce, and a slice of tomato on there. So we're going to make a tomato, shallot, garlic relish to go on this. We're going to do that in just a second. First thing I need to do is make the sauce. Now, this isn't all that crazy complicated. What I have here, and as always, all of the ingredients, their amounts and the directions are down below in the description section. So I'm doubling this recipe, so I'm not going to say the amounts that I'm using out loud to not confuse you. So I'm taking my mayo and putting that into a dish. And we love the Kewpie, that's what we're using. And I'm going to mix in my black pepper. That's it. Pepper mayo. Crazy easy. The rest of it ain't. That goes into the fridge until we're ready to put these together. Next thing we're going to do is get that relish together I was talking about. I got a skillet behind me on the stove. I'm going to put that on medium-high heat. I'm going to get about a tablespoon of avocado oil in there. Oops, I said an amount. But really, you measure oil with your heart, right? So it doesn't matter. It's like garlic. Alrighty, once that oil starts to shimmer, I'm going to add my cherry tomatoes that I've halved. I'm going to stir those for about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to add the salt. Once again, nothing simple. I'm using Noble brand Applewood smoked salt. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I get mine from All Things Barbecue, atbbq.com out of Wichita, Kansas. Fantastic place. Love it. Sadly, not sponsored. Maybe one day. Tomatoes are in. 2 minutes of stirring. If your heart tells you to go a little bit longer, listen to it, because really this is going to go onto a sandwich, right? So we want those tomatoes to break down just a little bit. It's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to add the salt now. Wow, instantly you can smell that incredible smoky flavor. Now I'm going to add my shallots, diced. All right, I'm happy where my tomatoes are. They're starting to break down a little bit. They feel like they're going to stay on the bread instead of try and squirt off on you. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and I'm going to use the residual heat with the garlic. The sizzling is gone. The garlic is aromatic. Now I'm going to add some honey and some sherry vinegar. I'm just going to stir that enough to make sure that everything is evenly combined. And then we're going to let this set as we work on the rest of our sandwich, and we're going to do that outside at the griddle. That's right, you Blackstone warriors, you griddle jockeys, we're heading to the griddle. We'll see you out there. All right, out here at the griddle, got it heated up. Now we're going to get the bacon down. One, get yourself some good thick cut bacon. Sam sells a real good brand. Also Costco has it. Heck, you can even find it at your local Safeway. But that's a key. Number two, need about 3 slices per sandwich. I'm making 8 sandwiches today. The recipe is for 4. You can go with it. That may not seem like a whole lot, but remember, we've got a ribeye on there too. So we're going to have plenty of meat. Oh yeah. I'll get this bacon finished up and then we'll see you on the next step. So the bacon is done. My griddle is covered with some incredible bacon grease. Now goes on the prime rib. Now, as I said, you can do this with raw ribeye steaks. That was my initial intention. I didn't know I'd have this much leftover prime rib. You just cook them a little bit longer. Remember, they're only about an 1/8 inch thick, so it's only going to take a couple minutes on each side. These, I'm just trying to get warm. Once you get them down, hit them with a little bit of your favorite seasoning. I'm going to use some more of that smoked salt. We didn't do that to the bacon because bacon is pork belly that has been soaked in brine, right? So don't need any extra salt on that. Alrighty, it's getting too dark to film out here, so as soon as I get these ribeyes done, I'm going to scrape the grill down, get all that bacon grease and the grease from the ribeyes off of there, get the sourdough bread toasted, then we're back inside to put them together. We'll see you then. Alrighty, in from the griddle, everything's cooked. Time to assemble and get judged. So we put our sourdough down, we get some of that pepper mayo that we made. Okay, to me, this part is important. Now goes on the lettuce, and that's going to give the bread a shield from that tomato relish. Now we get a spoonful of tomato relish on there. Top that with a ribeye. And some bacon. We must have cheese. And to me, the perfect cheese for a sandwich of this nature would be white American. Then we put the lid on. We're going to cut this in half so our judge does not embarrass herself. And there you go. Now, this is an important episode, so we've imported a judge all the way from the state of Washington. Stand by for the judgment of Evelyn.
It's really good.
All right, the moment of truth, because she does not know how to lie. Censored. This will play at her wedding.
What? That's honestly really good because the ribeye is like perfectly juicy, and with the bacon, it gives it like a perfect amount of crunch. And the cheese, lettuce, and tomato fit perfectly with it as well.
With all those flavors there, can you taste the peppered mayo?
Yeah, you definitely can. It's really good, and it's just like the perfect texture as well. It doesn't have a bad texture or anything. The texture's delicious, and so is the taste. I definitely recommend the recipe.
There you go. Evelyn says so. Make this and eat it. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. And until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.